What is going on? Good people, we are back. I don't like that. I sound too much like Casey. I sound too much like Casey with the "we are back" and the stuff. But what is going on, good people? We are back indeed. For Impact Wrestling, once again, we're trying to get back on a normal ish schedule. We still ain't got there quite yet. Hoping to get NXT back as well because it feels like this is the only video we've done in a long time. Because they had Crown Jewel. Keep saying Crown Royal. Don't know why. Crown Jewel, which I heard was absolutely awful from the results I saw on the internet, got spoiled on. It looked absolutely awful. So I'm probably not going to watch that show, and we're probably not going to review that show. Right? And if you wanted to see our thoughts on it, we apologize in advance or in behind, whatever. We not touching that show ever. I think we're going to try to get NXT back, and we're going to try to get NXT UK back as well. Speaking of we, who are we? I'm DJ. This is Casey. If I can put his face on the screen right there. I need to get that off quick. And then Rabbit is right here as well. Back, normal crew, reviewing Impact as usual. But anyway, let's jump into this Impact Wrestling review. I actually remembered my review style for once. Like, I thought I was going to forget it, and I almost did. But Casey mentioned to me this Aro, what is it? Aro Lucha? They had a commercial on there. I missed it. I'm sorry. I did. I missed it. I missed it real bad.
Arrow Lucha. How was that?
Because it ain't spelled arrow, like like it ain't spelled like arrow,
ARO.
Aro. It could easily be Aro. Like it could easily be Aro. Anyway, what sounds the A make? What's the rest of the word? Row? Aro. Bam! Got it. Anyway, moving on.
It makes an A sound. Oh, it's in it.
It's sound.
It makes multiple sounds.
Shut up. All right. Anyway, Aro Lucha. Apparently, it's a new wrestling type deal coming to Pop TV, which is kind of cool. Rey Mysterio's doing something with it, which is also really cool. I'm excited for it. I think I wonder how much I'm gonna be able to actually watch it, but from the commercial, it seems kind of cool. Seems like gonna have some special guests and everything in there as well. Reminds me a lot. I was talking to Casey about this before we went on there. Reminds me a lot of Lucha Libre Masked Warriors that they used to have on MTV. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Casey didn't remember it, so I kind of felt like I was like the old person in the room for once. But it was back in, I don't even remember. It was like 2010 or something. I'd have to look it up. And I just looked it up, and I don't even remember how long. I think it was like 2010 to 2012 or something. I think it was. But anyway, I enjoyed it though. I was mad when they got rid of it, and I think our Lucha could be really good simply because it's not going to be as controlled as an Impact is, or it's not going to be as controlled as a WWE is. They can just kind of let it all loose and let it all out there. If they have success, they have success. If they fail, they fail. I think it's kind of a good thing.
Who you say Rey Mysterio involved with this, right?
He is, yeah.
So when you say they get to be free, what's giving you that impression?
What I mean by that is I think the wrestlers will have a little bit more of a open landscape as far as movesets, characters, and stuff like that. Characters may be still a little bit limited, but moveset wise, I think they'll be able to do a little bit more of what they want. Simply because I think once you get to a mainstream platform like Impact or WWE, it almost feels like, and I don't want to say necessarily watered down, but you have to lessen some things. You have PR, you have different sort of things within it. Whereas this being something new, they're trying to impress people, they're trying to impress Pop TV. So I think they're going to kind of let it all loose. Casey,
Impact is not doing. You say?
I mean, you can say that. You can say that. You can say that. Casey, do you have any thoughts on Aro Lucha coming to Pop TV?
I'm definitely excited for it. I like the fact that they're finally bringing specifically Lucha Libre show to kind of more of a mainstream. Because like we've said in the past, not everybody has access to or knows how to get access to like AAA, CMLL, those Lucha Libre companies now they're kind of bringing something to more of a mainstream, even though, yes, not everyone gets Pop TV, but a lot more people get Pop than, get, these other networks that have like CMLL and AAA. So I'm excited about that. But there's been a bunch of good wrestling shows coming out recently in general. I feel like the indie scene is still doing really well, and a lot of these other promotions are getting TV deals here and there. There's another one that I've been watching called Ring Warriors. That's on. Let me check the channel. It's what is that? WGN America. So if anyone has WGN America, that's been a pretty good show that I've been watching. So I'm just excited for new wrestling in general. Just getting kind of a fresh start in a way. Kind of we obviously have our WWE every week. We have Impact every week. It's nice to get something new that kind of refreshes your palate a little bit.
Now, is the show? Is it already a show that's running, or is this going to be a fresh, brand new show, brand new wrestling show? Is some way it's already doing some way being played?
I think if it's the same company that I'm thinking of, I think it's a promotion that's Rey Mysterio started or something or has been working with for a while. So I think it's established, but it just hasn't. It's finally getting like a TV deal. That's from what I think. I don't know. I haven't looked fully into it, but I know he was working with a couple of promotions, and I thought he started his own, but I'm not sure.
See, this is where everything clash right here. Is where what kind of style of wrestling is it going to be? You see what I'm saying? Are you coming to the American professional wrestling style? Are you bringing that with a little bit of lucha libre in it, or is you bringing lucha libre to American product?
I think what they're doing is bringing a lucha libre product to mainstream like US, because we don't have one of like lucha libre. We have companies with like lucha libre matches and like lucha libre like little influences here and there, but we don't have one that's purely lucha libre like the MLL, like AAA.
Exactly. So this is getting to the point of, is this something that will work in American product or not? Because I've never seen that.
I think it just depends. I think, like Casey said, I think they're just trying something. They're just trying to see, how many, especially if you're Pop, you already got wrestling on your TV screens now. You got wrestling as a part of your programming, so they're gonna bring a different style, and I think they've seen that. They've probably seen spikes in, especially high flying type stuff as well. With Impact, that's probably when it starts to spike. That's probably when people start to watch. And that's probably the main things that people start to comment on different forums and whatnot. So I think they're gonna try it out and see what it's like as far as like to Americanized, because obviously American and like Casey said, Americans have seen it, but at the same time, it's not easily accessible.
And I think with the way that the general wrestling fans are these days. They want all the high spots, the high flying, the suicide dive, the top rope stuff. That's what they're gonna get a lot with the lucha libre style. So I think just from that, it's probably gonna do well.
I guess kind of a question before we get into the full review. Do you think this will impact this? I hate to say that because that's real. Do we feel like this will have any sort of like? No other word I can use. Do we feel like this will? This has any impact on impact. I don't know what to say, but I didn't want to say that so many impacts in there. But will this affect impact in any way? Whether that means maybe stepping up their game, whether that means trying to put more eyes on on what they're doing. I think they can easily take notes from it, but I don't think in the grand scheme of things it'll affect anything. Because I think it'll be a little bit difficult to get as many eyes on RO Lucha as there is on Impact. And I think at the end of the day, that's going to keep Impact somewhat in a stagnant position, I think. What do you guys think as far as like RO Lucha maybe making an impact on Impact?
I think hopefully it does, impact them in a positive way, like getting them to kind of have a little bit of competition there, because I was reading an article, I'm trying to read it again, that said, what did it say? I think I can't find it again, but they were talking about how they had the commercial on Impact this week for Aero Lucha, and last week I guess was the lowest views that they've had in years, and the ratings have been plummeting since Slammiversary. So you got to do something, and it's like it kind of goes back to the Monday Night Wars. Each week either WCW or WWE were having better ratings because they had to compete. You had to compete to survive. And I feel like a lot of companies don't really have that as much anymore because they're not either competing at the same time slot or they're not competing on the same network. You almost have to have that to have that, survival instinct. Otherwise, you're just going to kind of settle. And
well, with that being said, like, what do you guys? Because I know we want to get into the review, but I think this is a discussion for now since we're talking about it. What do you guys think that Impact can do to like up their ratings or first off get on a better network? Anyway, what can they do? I'm talking right now, like right in the immediate. What can they do to get better ratings, get the ratings up? Because it seemed like when the name change happened and like they had, what was it called? Was it Redemption? I can't remember. It was one of the big pay-per-views or one of the pay-per-views they did this year where people were like, oh, Impact, Impact's doing good. Impact's doing good. And now like a couple pay-per-views later, like it completely changed since then. I mean, I obviously think they should go back to the format they had before when we were watching, at least I was watching and saying it was the best weekly show of the year. I think they've deviated from that a lot. I think there's a lot of inconsistencies there. I think there's Impact to me right now has a lot of things that I'm like about, that I'm like I don't know about, that I'm like I'm not genuinely interested about, and like I have like a whole like other category like in my notes that says like I mean you got your feuds here, and here around the titles, and I got my other feuds, and a lot of them I'm like I don't care about this at all. And do you guys have any thoughts on what they maybe can do like in the right here and right now to change?
It ain't what they can do now. You see, this has been it's just been like a boiling pot. It started off cold. I've been telling you this for years now. Since they took the name TNA off it, I said, okay, we're going to start from here. Give them a fresh start. They've been trash ever since that day. Downhill, mic work some trash, storyline trash, wrestling trash. So therefore, you can't say all that trash and then turn around and say, okay, let's compete with this wrestling company. It just don't make any sense. You need to get your stuff in order in your house first. First, get somebody on these mic that know what they're doing. Second, get some writers in there that know what they're doing with the storylines. Because whoever was there before, you must have fired them. Because you got to have some new writers in there because there's some trash now. So that's the first problem. Wrestling need to come back up to standard, man. The wrestling is crazy. It's just no solid wrestling, botching all over the place. You only got a few wrestlers that give good wrestling matches and mic work. It's just craziness. So ever since then, it's been trash. That's the problem. So you can't compete with something, anything, really. Then you're going to bring in something that I don't think will work. Unless Rey Mysterio got a plan where he going to bring it where it's a normal, professional wrestling show that he inserting Lucha Libre style in it. If that's happening, that's something different. That might can work and it might not. But if you come in with just straight Lucha Libre wrestling, it's not going to work. All that just kicking and it's not working. It's just not wrestling. It's not, to me, I can't see it lasting. You barely got Impact lasting, and that's pure wrestling. Almost. That's just wrestling. Now you're going to stick in something I just can't see Lucha Libre wrestling as a national show if it's not American style wrestling. You know, I just can't see it. So if you just bring in AAA style wrestling, just bring it in here and say, hey, here we go. I ain't got that. I ain't got that happen because you got 100 people on the roster that can't speak English. So I don't know how we doing that right there. The storyline's gonna be some trash. So you bring in America with a whole bunch of writing on the screen. So that's what's gonna come first. You see what I'm saying? So then the wrestling is just straight kicking and jumping off the ropes. So that's not gonna work either. So to me, all that's not gonna work. Just a dust cloud of nonsense. You know? So ever since Dixie left, the wrestling, I don't know what's been going on. They've been having good wrestlers here and there. Them the ones that don't show up. They don't have them no more. They keep the ones that can't wrestle. They can't do anything on the mic. I don't know why. I don't know if they can't afford these people. I don't know what is going on here. But the people that they have on the roster are trash. They got rid of people that know what they're doing with the mic and know what they're doing in the ring. So this is what you get. You can't say now just because a wrestling show is on the channel and say, oh, we're going to compete with them. No. You can't compete with nobody being this much of a trash product.
Speaking of the competition aspect of things, real quick, I think that's half of the issue too. I think it feels like Impact has lost their competitive fire, and what I mean by that is it feels like Impact is not trying to compete with anybody, and that's fine because I think it's one of those things where if you compare them to Ring of Honor, for example. Ring of Honor doesn't feel like they're trying to. It doesn't feel like they're necessarily competing with anybody, or they are at this particular moment. But it feels like they could, and I think the difference is with Impact, it feels like they lost the fire. Even and that's about progressing, and I feel like Impact has stopped progressing, and that's what frustrates me a little bit about Impact and the direction it's going. Because even with Dixie, it felt like it stopped progressing, and what I mean by that is I think the wrestling was good, but hey, you got kicked off of Spike, you went to Destination America, which is lower than Spike, and then you went to Pop TV, which is lower than Destination America. I feel like that's another issue is they're not even trying to progress to a bigger network, which don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, you can do that probably overnight. I'm not saying that it's easy to get on a bigger network, but I'm saying if I'm barely watching the trash that I watch on Monday night and Tuesday nights every single week and people are actually tuning into it, then I feel like Impact should have a shot to be on a bigger network. And I feel like they're not working hard enough.
No. The Spike, Destination America. I mean, all those networks was not their problem. You got to realize they was being blackballed too. It was hard for her to even get channels because of WWE and their influence on the whole industry. So the little joints that she could get, she maximized her product with the little joints that she had. To be honest with you, she still had 7 and above wrestling shows every week. So I don't care what channel it was on. That's what the product that was on the screen. It was no week that was any show less than 7. Now you got shows that's no week over 7. That's where we at now. That's just the bottom line to this. It ain't the network. I mean, it was hard for her to get networks anyway. After she left Spike, it was just hard. It was just hard for her in this industry to get a place in one of these networks fighting against WWE, who was fighting against her from getting arenas and stations. So it was a big difference. Now you got somebody in there that's on there. I don't care. I don't even think Vince even thinking about this clown. Whoever owned this joint, Vince ain't even thinking about him. He ain't trying to block nothing from him. This guy, whoever running this now, one of the
do they even have a figurehead right now? Like, who even own it?
Whoever it is, I know Vince could care less.
Casey, do you have anything to the true review?
I have a couple kind of things to add in there. I think yes, you do have to. I think something we don't always remember or add into these is the WWE factor. We always say, oh, this company can't get to a better network because they're not, good enough or whatever. They don't have the good talent. Or this company, can't get, local shows in my area because blah, blah, blah. A lot of that probably is WWE, whether it's Impact, Ring of Honor, whatever. WWE is going to try to block you no matter what you do. If you try to get to a bigger network, if you try to get the big arena, whatever, and they've done that before. There's documented proof that they've done that before. As far as the whole Lucha Libre thing, I still am on the side that it's going to work, and I say that because you don't need a wrestling show where necessarily everyone speaks English. You don't need a wrestling show. New Japan Pro Wrestling, that is one of the most popular promotions in the world.
Not America.
Yeah, in America. One of the most popular promotions in the world in America. Yes.
No.
You go to Hot Topic, you're going to walk in there, you're going to see Bullet Club t-shirts, New Japan. Proof.
But I will give you this because I know Rabbit has a thought, and it's probably about to be a debate. But anyway, look, I think the one thing about New Japan, though, is they do have a good influx of also American or English-speaking talent. I shouldn't say American talent.
Yeah,
Kenny Omega is one of them. And
I'm not saying that there's people that have wrestled in AAA that speak English. There's people that CMLL speak English. So I don't see the difference.
When you have a wrestling show,
if this company comes in and does a full Lucha Libre show, Rey Mysterio speaks English. A lot of these luchadors can speak English.
And that's what I said. If he bring an American show and then put a little Lucha Libre in it, that's cool.
No, it's a Lucha Libre.
It's not gonna work.
Yeah, it is.
Because the turnover in wrestling, you can't find enough wrestlers that speak English like you saying. On the roster to keep the turnover going. It's not gonna work. What, Rey Mysterio supposed to talk for everybody?
You're assuming every luchador can't speak English.
All right. You mean to tell me the top 100 wrestlers, Lucha Libre wrestlers, all speak English? No, I tell you, I say 92 out of all 100 cannot speak English. That's where your problem comes in. You look at the lower tier wrestlers that can speak English somewhere. And some cafe.
Are you gonna have 100 people? Jeez, WWE doesn't even have 100 people.
It's turnover. You need 30 people to start off with, just the roster alone. Then the turnover during a year, you're gonna run through 100 people, easy.
Not every single one of them has to be able to speak English.
Oh my God. We all had translators in the ring now. Come on, man. Oh, written stuff on the screen.
That wrestler has to be able to talk. If you can wrestle and put on a show, the idea of professional wrestling is to tell a story in the ring.
So you tell me a 30 George Animal Steels can work on the roster?
No,
everybody
yeah. I'm not even again.
All right, let's jump into the show at hand here. we got I'm gonna start off with the X Division because that's what we start off with in the show anyway. Rich Swann would end up defeating the Mac, which Willie the Mac. Which I like this. I thought it was a good match. I thought I hope the Mac is there to stay because I think he's a good addition to the X Division. He bring and we talk about this a lot with the X Division, but he brings back that no limits aspects of things too. And I think he'd do a really good match with Brian Cage. Hopefully, if they get there, if Brian Cage get out of the feud with OVE, because I mean, well, at least they got him in a title feud now. I can't be too mad right now, but still, like, hopefully, I hope the Mac ends up doing something. I'm, as far as the X Division is concerned right now, I kind of wonder where it's going. It's pretty much this is kind of the X Division outside of the X Division, outside of the title, I guess you could say. So I don't, I like both of them, but I don't know really exactly what they're doing with them. It looks like they're pushing Swann more than anything. But will Swann beat Cage? I don't know. And if he does, it better not be friggin' with a leverage pin, because whoever beats Cage needs to go over in a good way, because Cage is the type of guy, kind of like Lashley was, where whenever somebody beats him, it needs to be a big deal. It can't be some fluky crap that they typically end up doing in these situations. So that being said, the opening match was good. I thought it was good. I think they work pretty well together. I enjoy Rich Swann right now, and I like the Mac. Obviously, I've always loved the Mac. So I hope that they continue to do something with this. And me missing the last couple of weeks, I don't understand this particular match. I don't know if it was just like X Division Showcase type thing or what exactly, respect type feud or whatever. But either way, I mean, I was excited for it. I thought it was a good match either way. Yes. Sure.
You watched this?
What?
You watched this movie, didn't you?
Did I watch it muted? I didn't really pay attention to the commentary.
I tell you, every week, if you pay attention to the commentary, they explain these things.
All you do is complain about the commentary, so I stopped listening to it.
Well, yeah, because Josh Matthews.
But anyway, I mean, you can't give me the rough rundown. Casey, thoughts on the opening contest, the Rich Swann versus the Mac, and I guess the X Division in general, where it's going, how you feel about it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Huh? I see what I hate you.
I liked it. Basically, the commentary said, because DJ don't listen, he was that kid in class, the DJ explains.
I was actually listening to this on full volume too. I just wasn't paying attention to the commentary. I legit just muted it in my mind or something. Like, I don't know.
He said that Mac, Willie Mac, not Willie the Mac, because he ain't the Mac, he's Willie Mac.
He the Mac. You shut up.
He's the Magnum. He teamed with Swann at Slammiversary. And then he said that he wanted his first match to be against his best friend, Rich Swann. So that's how this match was set up. So, I liked it. I was trying to take myself out of it and just watch it and enjoy it as a match, but I kept watching little things here and there from training and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, they did that. Oh yeah. You get like that when you start to get training in wrestling. You pick up these. But
yeah. 2 weeks.
I like
it was out.
What's that?
2 weeks had it drop out. Couldn't do it.
But I liked it.
Casey hurt himself. About a night in. I think. What?
It's harder than people think, man. I'm telling you, especially at the beginning.
I didn't hurt myself. I got a concussion. That's fine.
What was that, first night? Was that first night?
I've been doing it for over a month.
When you get a concussion, though?
See what I'm saying?
Next week.
Oh, he don't remember.
No, the doctor said it might have been a concussion, and Emma's over there freaking out, like, "Oh my God, you're gonna die!" And I'm like, "I'm not gonna die. You're gonna die." I'm like, "I'm not gonna die."
That's like when you broke your hand. It was like, we're gonna cut it off or what?
No, when I broke my hand, Emma was like, "You fine, you walk it off."
Put some dirt on it.
Rub some dirt on it, you fine. But
you gotta let me be your writer, man. You gotta let me write your lines.
Nah, I got that. But I liked it. I thought they worked well together. There were a few things that looked off here and there, but all in all, I felt like they worked well together. I don't know if they've actually been friends for a while, but it seemed like it. It seemed like they had good chemistry in there. A little bit weird of a pairing, I felt like, but they made it work.
Rabbit?
I love this match, man. I love Mac. Athletic big man. I love him. Y'all know that off the break. Especially when they got full control of everything they doing, man. Vicious. Soda block. He had a front flip cutter. That almost 300 pounds. Front flip cutters, man. Nasty. Running vertical suplex he did. Vicious. I ain't never seen that in a while. Long time. Years. Heel kick was nasty, man. Mac vicious, man. I want to see way more of him. I ain't want to see him with Swan because you could tell it was like an ease up. Swan wasn't really doing what he do. But for some reason, I don't know why they put them two together. But this was a showcase of Mac, man. He was a cold beast in this match, man. He's a monster, you know. I want to see way more of him and some against somebody like Cage, for real. Some bum like Cage like that, it'd be easy, you know, because he botched the championship, the X Division, that's botched right now. So you got Callahan fumbling all through the whole product. Now he in the X Division, talking about something he want the X Division title. See, that's what we got going on there. Because why? Cage dropped the ball and they don't know what to do with the X Division no more. So they're gonna stick Callahan.
It's because Callahan is the draw. Haven't you heard this man speak? He's the draw. So he gonna bring that prestige back to the X Division over everything. Sorry.
Get out of here. That's why they doing it, because Cage dropped the ball, man. And then this is what I mean. If he get this title, you're gonna see a difference in the title holder. Already with his promos, he got a fake Cage. You see, that's good stuff. I love that. That's wrestling. You come out, some people looking like, is that really Cage or what? You can't even tell half the time. You're looking at him. That's what I'm talking about. When back in the day when he's coming with the fake Ross, y'all remember when WCW when they had the fake Ross in that joint and stuff like that? That's what you do, man. You bring out your opponent and just pick at him. You bring out a fake one, and then that's under his skin. I love this, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I know he's going to take the belt from Cage. The Cage don't know what he's doing with the title. He better off chasing titles because he's not a good title holder. Simple as that. So Callahan gonna come here and show him how to hold the X Division when Callahan don't even supposed to be in the X Division. See what I'm saying? He's not even really equipped for that. He's supposed to be looking for the heavyweight title. But they gotta put him in there because Eddie Edwards dropping the ball. He's some slop. So you got two people dropping the ball.
I think Cage would be a perfect heel world champion.
He wouldn't be a perfect champion nowhere.
I think he could do heel world champion like to a T. I think it would work. I ain't even seen him as a heel yet, but I could see him. He looks like the guy who would just be the bully at the gym. Like I could see it. Like I feel like he could be a good heel champ. I think they should put it.
If they don't get that belt to Swan or Callahan, that's a vision joint just dead.
Okay. Moving into let's just move into the X Division.
Wasn't he a heel in
What? I think he might have been.
I think he was.
I think he was too. Speaking of the X Division, because Rabbit already kind of hit on, we might as well talk about it with the Callahan going to Ohio to challenge Cage. Like Rabbit said with the fake Cage, what I thought was funny. He kind of looked like Cage for real. Like that, they did a pretty good job with the lookalike. That was pretty funny. Like I kind of thought it was Cage, and I was like, he was small, and he get deflated a little bit or something. I liked it though. It was funny. Way better than fake Razor and a fake Diesel. I mean, at least get some people that look like the man. Come on. But anyway, I thought this was good though. It was funny. I enjoyed, the kind of little pose off and Callahan kind of getting under his skin and whatnot. End up low blowing him and taking out the referee. Good job with the audio on the thing as well. With obviously everybody chant for OVE and Callahan and all of them. That was good. A little bit later on, we get a Cage promo talking about how he was going to challenge, going to basically defend his title against Callahan next week at what is the freaking name of? I got it in here somewhere. What is the name of the pay-per-view next week or the Impact theme or whatever it was? I got it in here somewhere. Where is it at? Do y'all remember what the name of the thing was? I can't remember. Every time they have these, I never remember what they are.
Final hour.
Yeah, something like that. Hour one or something, whatever it's called. Anyway, something about an hour. It's gonna be an hour-long show. And then they go put another hour on there. They're gonna put it together and make a 2-hour-long show. But anyway, shut up, Casey. Anyway, I like this stuff. I like the Callahan Cage stuff right now. I want Callahan as a champion. I think he's made to be a champion. I think for whatever reason, the faces as champions right now are just terrible. Johnny Impact's not bad to me yet. I mean, but I haven't seen enough of him to make a decision on it yet. But I haven't hated Johnny Impact so far. But other than that, like the faces as champions have just been complete misses. I think for Impact so far. So I want Callahan as a heel champion. I think that needs to happen very, very soon. And I think he could do some good things with the X Division Championship. You would think face champions would defend the title a little bit more, but I don't feel like Cage has done that either. So I don't know. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on the Callahan Cage feud that's going on within the X Division?
I like it, but I feel like Impact needs to push the X Division title more. I mean, and we've talked about this literally for years, that the X Division.
You're right. Final hour. That's what it was. Sorry, I wanted to make sure we had it.
We've talked about this for years, how the X Division and the X Division title literally helped build TNA, Impact, whatever you want to call it, as a company. Literally, this division helped build the whole thing. It wasn't the world title that built the company. It was the X Division and the X Division title. That's where all these guys started out. AJ Styles, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, Petey Williams. The list goes on and on and on. Samoa Joe, all these guys started off in the X Division. They didn't start off in the world title picture. They didn't start off with the world title. They started off with the X Division title. Impact needs to bring that prestige back and remember and remind their fans that this title arguably should be the most important, I would think. Obviously, yes, you want your world title to be the big title, the more important one, but I feel like this is almost an exception to that rule with the fact that this title and this division built the company. They just need to book it better and, have their face champions defend it more and, bring back things that we loved about it. Bring back Ultimate X. Bring back don't bring back Elevation X because that was stupid and that was dangerous. And
bring back Destination X, the pay-per-view.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, do that. Bring back, all that. I was gonna say
they could easily, and I know they won't do this because they hate Austin Aries and they don't want anything with his name on it. Because that's what they do when they don't like somebody. They take everything with it, like the Grand Championship. But anyway,
yeah, the hissy fit because he lost the title.
True, and I understand. Like, trust me, I get it. But they need to bring back Option C, but they need to bring it back in a way of I'm not giving it up for they need to bring it back in a way of making the X Division Championship important again. And yes, I get it. Giving up the X Division Championship for the world title doesn't make it look important, but at the same time, like it does show that there's a bridge there. there's a bridge there between the X Division and the World Championship where, you know, you're just as good as a World Champion as you are as X Division Champion. I'm just saying it needs to happen. Anyway, Rabbit, do you have any thoughts on the X Division and such?
Like I was saying about Swan and Callahan should be the two heads of the division with Mac sniffing both of them tail. That's it. Everybody else need to be thrown away and they start fresh with some different people. Period. Because you got Swan, he could be face. Then you got Callahan, is definitely a monster heel. So that's all you need right now is those two. I think that's the direction they need to go in right now. They even have some life in this extra division. Then you got to find something to do with Cage and just have him going up against somebody. Find something for him to do. But X Division is not it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, this was the title, AJ Styles, or everybody used this to step up. And you got to have somebody there that feels that. Austin Aries has that feeling when he had the title that this is real important. You know what I'm saying? You got to have somebody like that when they had a title that gives off that aura, that feeling that this is real important, this title I had. Like you said, option C have to be in this thing some kind of way. You got to put option C in it because that will make most of these champions champion. When you start naming these champions, if it wasn't option C, they wouldn't have had a chance. That's what makes it important. So when you say option C, when you give up the title, that makes it not important. No, the fact that you have the X Division title to cash it in for a heavyweight title makes the X Division title important. That's what it's for. That made it important because you can cash it in anytime you want. That's what makes it important. You know, as far as any other title, you can't cash in. You can't cash in the tag team titles. You can't cash in all titles and just want a heavyweight title. You can't do it. But with that joint right there, what makes it important was you can cash it in anytime you want or not. You can just be X Division title holder if you want. You see what I'm saying? So that made it important. And that was another thing Hogan thought of that was good, man. You can't take some of these things he did, should have just stayed in place. He had good things in mind when he thought of these things, man. I'm trying to tell you. So something like that need to come back, put it back in, get over your egos. You're already putting up a trash product, so you might as well put on some of this stuff that really worked. And you already know worked, you know what I'm saying? And that's one of them. DJ.
All right. Let's move into some of the other feuds so I can get these out of the way and not have to talk about them ever again. But anyway, Moose, and this is not one of them because I actually kind of like this one because it has roots to it. Moose and Eddie Edwards, the video package, I liked it, kind of describing the feud as they get ready for next week as well. And final hour, they got a match next week. I'm excited for this. I hope we actually get the match. And please fill me in if you have been watching us since Slammiversary, or no, Bound for Glory. If you have, fill me in. So the Austin Aries stable is gone, right? I get Austin Aries is gone, but I didn't know if they broke off. Did Killer Cross did Killer Cross and Moose break off, or like what's up with that? Rabbit, do you know?
They never done saying
it just stopped. Okay. I had a feeling they broke off because that's what it feels like. But
yeah, because Killer Cross had a long promo.
Yeah, he had. I definitely want to get to that. I don't want to get to it too quickly, but I definitely like that. But Moose and Eddie Edwards got a match next week. And then the other thing going on is Eli Drake suing the company for dangerous whatever work environment or whatever. I don't like whatever he's doing because I think he should be doing something more important. But the Joseph Park thing was funny. I enjoyed that. I always enjoyed Joseph Park. He's hilarious. I thought that little backstage thing was good. Casey, do you have any thoughts on kind of the other things going on with Moose and Eddie Edwards or Eli Drake and Joseph Park? Did you laugh a little bit at least? Did you chuckle once or twice? So I watched a little bit with sound. See, I told you I watched a little bit.
So Moose, he started off as a badass football player. He played in the NFL. He did. He played in the NFL, and now what the hell is this man wearing right now? I don't like.
I mean, they know. I mean, I don't think they realized Halloween was on the 31st. I thought he was preparing. Like, I thought he had all his outfits prepared for Halloween. He know what it was going to be, you know? So
he need to stop with that. Like, bruh, you can't pull it off, Moose. You can't do it. I'm sorry, bruh. You can't. It. Anyway, I'm kind of glad, that Killer Cross and Moose kind of broke off and are doing their own thing. It kind of, in a way, helps them a little bit. They can do their own thing and get a little bit more TV time on their own. Where, like you said, Killer Cross got to do a better promo, which is good. I think. And then he's kind of going back to his original gimmick of attacking people. It feels like, which I kind of like. And then Moose is, and then Killer Cross is doing some good stuff, and Moose is. And then the other thing with Eli Drake, because we ain't talking about Moose no more, we can't do it. I don't like this. I always hate when they do the whole I'm suing the company for unsafe working conditions. You work in professional wrestling. Like, bro, that's like an MMA fighter suing UFC for unsafe working. Bro.
No, he was talking about the dishes was in the closet in it.
Did you hear the Elias joke though? That was funny.
What's that? Yeah.
I almost died on that one. I was like, ha!
And then later on, when we had Ethan Page and Matt Sydal, was I the only one who was like, "So we just gonna forget that he was cousin"?
Yeah, we go forget that. We go like that it happened.
I'm just like, bro, it wasn't even that long ago.
You know what it was? He got killed, so he came back. He was reincarnated, as the third eye of Matt Sydal or something.
Okay. Yeah, no, he was Joseph Park's cousin, and it wasn't even that long ago. Remember.
Rabbit, do you have any thoughts on the others going on here?
Yeah, I like the direction Moose going in with his character. I can't stand what Eddie Edwards doing. He just now he added in. He talking to himself now. It's just ridiculous. He need to be set aside on the side for a minute, because that's starting to get real dumb. You know what I'm saying? But that backstage with Abyss and Eli Drake was money. I like that joint, man. That joint was funny. Abyss is gonna be funny in anything he do, man, because he want the money with everything. And he was back that joint. Everybody said, he said, "You a real lawyer?" he said, "Oh yeah. I got all my plaques at home at somebody's house." He said, "All right, man, I need to sue the company." He said, "Obviously you working at terrible conditions, so we need to sue for that." It was fun. Then my man got him and said, "Don't worry about the conditions. I'm a good lawyer." We can sue. We can get everybody involved. Class action lawsuit. My man walked away and was like, "Do whatever you want to do, man." I like this. This right here, I like the fact Abyss switch up and then he be a lawyer. I like Abyss, man. I like the whole thing, man. DJ,
I didn't see no Abyss here. I saw Joseph. I saw his brother. His brother was out there. His brother. Moving on to the tag team division. What the heck they doing with the Desi Hit Squad? They trying to push him or something? That for real though. They trying. They put the man's son in there or something. I heard that in the promo. I am so over the Desi. I've been over the Desi Hit Squad since their debut. Like, no, like I don't care. Like I don't care at all. Don't push them. I mean, but Scarlet Bordeaux was in there though. I was cool with that. I was cool. I'm cool with the Desi Hit Squad as long as that. Her segments are like always funny, like constantly. The reactions, like are always funny. Like when she comes up and who was it? Rohit Raju was like, he old and he been married for like 50 years, and then Gavin Singh was like, no. It's like I was like, Gavin Singh an OG, bro. He about to get this. He about to get this. I was like, man, these people be cracking me up, man. I almost like how Scarlett Bordeaux, she almost forces you to break character. Like she has like that like influence over you. I think it's funny because like obviously they ain't never acted like this, but like how you see a beautiful woman and you just like you melt. You don't really like you're not yourself. You're not as smooth as you once was or whatever. I just think it's funny. Like I think it works. And I love her segments for many reasons, but mainly because I think they do a good job, like both of them, like on both sides. She does a good job doing her part, and then everybody else kind of just melts, and it kind of works. It very much so works, so I like it. But they had a match with who did they have a match with? Oh, Two Jobbers. That's right. That's why I remember them. Two Jobbers, and they killed them. And I'm like, y'all ain't pushing the Desert Hit Squad right now. Y'all ain't doing it. It ain't gonna happen. Like I can't do it. Like y'all done messed it up already. Dang it. Y'all done messed it up. We got a couple other things in the tag team division. Basically, LAX and the OG still going on, but I don't want to hit that too soon. I want to give you a chance to talk about the Desert Hit Squad and Scarlett and all that. Casey, thoughts on the Desert Hit Squad? No, Siri, I ain't talking to you. Casey, thoughts on Desert Hit Squad? I didn't even say hey Siri, so I don't know. Anyway, Casey, thoughts on the Desert Hit Squad and whatnot?
From day one, I wanted to like the Desert Hit Squad. I did. I tried real hard. I did, and it didn't work. And now they're like, you know what? We got it. We're gonna take one member out, replace with a slightly larger, less shaped one. We're gonna be the Muscle. And for some reason, that's gonna make them win because wrestling logic. And it worked. It made them win. I still don't like Amasing though. I just don't.
Do you like his game though? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Do you like his game?
He's single-handedly making me not like Desert Hit Squad. This man just something about him I just don't like. Get him off my screen. Stop it. Just doesn't fit for me. I don't know what it is.
No words for Scarlett? Like, I mean, or you just speechless like I am?
I mean, there are no words. There are no words that you can say for Scarlett, but damn.
Man, take over, man. Rabbit, you got any thoughts on the Desert Hit Squad and such? And Scarlett was there. She was there.
The thing I like about when Scarlett come on is when the little music come on and she come out of nowhere, when people be talking and shit. I like that shit right there. Then, my man, the old man, I'm telling you, it's no Hit Squad without him. I'm the opposite of my man. Without him, it's no Hit Squad. You know what I'm saying? He come in the joint. He come yank both of them out the way, like, hey, start rapping to him. My man come run up and say, oh, he been married for 80 years. This is something right here. He about your age, yo. It's funny. I love that. He yanked my man and said, he lying. Don't pay no attention to him. That was funny right there. That was funny. I like that right there. Man, the son thing, I always say I like the joint with the Pops doing all that, but they needed an infusion of some other people in it. I know they're gonna get rid of somebody and put somebody in it, but it still don't work. Cause I don't know if it's too late to inject somebody, but they didn't do it the way it should have been done. If he wanted to inject people, it should have been more than one person, first of all. You should have brought the whole thing. Should have brought at least 2-3 people at once. Then it would have been more of a squad. You know what I'm saying? Using the word squad, I want to see a squad. I don't see no squad. You want at least 5 people on a squad, man. You ain't got 2. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You have no squad. You know what I'm saying? So when I was thinking it was going to be a big group coming out that joint, some small NWO type stuff. Hit Squad come out that joint from India. You know what I'm saying? That's what they should have done. You know what I'm saying? But the way they doing now, it been fell off the table. It's on the floor, just like spilt milk. You might well just get it up, let it go. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep Pops in here some kind of way. Break it off with him and his son. Just roll out. He the manager, and just let him do this thing. I like Pops. It's no Hit Squad without Pops, DJ.
I mean, they technically got like 5 members. We just don't see them.
and the Beach Bums. Who are them? Who are the Beach Bums?
Casey,
Nobody.
like you got something to say. I'm trying not to move on too quickly.
I didn't have a problem with the jobbers. They did their job.
They did their job. Took the ass whoop.
Moving on, we got where do they fit right now? They absolute garbage. That's where they fit right now. Well, I had a question, a debate, but I feel like we was gonna all say they absolute garbage and don't deserve any sort of anything near the titles. Not a one. But anyway, LAX and the OGs. That thing continues, unfortunately. And they had little backstage segments or whatever. LAX would face Matt Sydal and Ethan Page, which I thought was pretty good. I'm glad to see Ethan Page back. It's good that I'm glad that he's getting more of some sort of role. I wonder about Sydal and Page as far as an actual tag team is concerned, like actually being a tag team in the division because they need tag teams badly. So I hope they keep them. I like LAX's new finisher. I thought it was nice. That new finisher is beautiful. I mean, I don't know if it's new or if I just ain't seen it yet, but it's beautiful. I love it. And then a little bit later on the other side with the OGs, you have Pentagon Jr. Against Homicide. Thought Homicide looked pretty good for a guy who doesn't really do singles matches like that. I thought he looked pretty good. I liked it. Him and Pentagon, I felt like worked pretty decently together. No Gringo Killer though. I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm just saying, I'm mad. I mean, I'm upset. I'm a little frustrated, But anyway, I like these matches. I thought they were pretty good. They weren't too bad. Casey, thoughts on LAX versus Ethan Page and Matt Sydal, and the OG number one Homicide, no Gringo Killer though, going up against Pentagon Jr.
Yeah, so we had this man. We had Matt Sydal and Joseph Park Cousin.
Nah, he done died and he been reincarnated. Come on now.
versus LAX. I liked it. I thought it was a good match. I don't know where they're going with this, but I like it. It's good. Anything with LAX, I like. They what Booker T would call good. And then there wasn't a main event on this card, which was weird. Because any match with the Homicide that doesn't have a Gringo Killer, it's just not a match. So there was no main event in this card, which is kind of odd. That's like having a Brock Lesnar match with less than 32 suplexes. Like it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
Speaking of, and you're new. Rabbit.
That Matt Sydal stuff is just. I like the promo that
Rabbit, come on, man. Every week, man, you just gotta open up your third eye, man. You mess it up. Hey. That's what's getting you. It's closed. It's closed, and that's what's getting you, man.
I'm like Conan. When Conan was like, I'm not with that furry that's in that whatever he on type stuff. That third eye. He said 3 eye. Conan be tripping though, man. When he be doing these little joint skits in the back, he just be saying some off the wall stuff, man. But the match with Homicide was just, you know what I'm saying, just a normal match. Sydal, why is he still the people that shouldn't be? This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Sydal, good wrestler, but his time on the screen is came and left. Now they giving him a tag team partner with the third eye. Come on, man. You got Paige. He had a nice chop. He came off the top rope for his size was nice. I think he should be on his own. Just putting him with side L, somebody that got a flat tire on the side of the road is just unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? So that was just I don't know why they did that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only problem with that. You know, but I don't know if you talk about when OGs were walking down the street.
Yeah,
and they talking. They kept bringing up the greatest, the wrestlers that I was talking about. I couldn't remember the name, like Juventud, Psychosis. You know what I'm saying? Them Bombers was beasts. You know what I'm saying? OGs be bringing them up, talking about them. That's what I'm talking about right there. Real wrestlers right there. Boy. It wasn't a whole bunch of kicking and all that. Them when I was trying to remember those names, them two, they wrestled, boy. They got it in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the LAX thing been dead since I told y'all months ago. They need to break Santana off, who had a nice, you know what I'm saying, nice cutters. I mean, he always had nice cutters, though. You know what I'm saying? But need to break them off, like I said. And the rest of that stuff need to go. Everybody need to go. DJ?
All right, let's jump into this knockouts division, and then when we jump into the world title, we'll be done. Knockouts. Taya Valkyrie versus Tessa Blanchard. I liked it. I still feel like Taya Valkyrie missing something, like heel. That's about it. That's about what she missing. She on the wrong side of this one. I love Tessa still. Love Tessa. She's too good. But I mean, I like Taya too. I still think, but I just feel like Taya is a she's too heel to be face to me. Like she comes off. Maybe it's just that's all I've seen her as, so I can't get used to her being a face or something like that. But Taya will win by DQ, so that's what I'm excited about. I want to see more of this. I want to see this continue to build a little more too. I would like, and I feel like they don't do this enough in wrestling. I would like for Tessa to kind of dig at the fact that of how Taya started in Impact. It's like the Lucha royalty and how she's lost that or something like that. How she's lost that and lost a step or something. Because they don't do that enough in wrestling. I don't feel like, talk about older characters in a way of like you've lost a step per se. I think Tessa could pull that off very well if she kind of mentioned that a little bit. And I think it would be a good thing because it does feel like Ty is missing something. And it's almost like she's missing that Lucha royalty type thing that she was doing before. But Jordynne Grace is also gonna she had a video package and she's also gonna be debuting next week. I'm not too familiar with Jordynne Grace. Casey might be, probably is, but I'm not too familiar with her. She looks strong. She looks swole. She probably beat me up pretty badly. If I stepped up toe to toe, she might get me. So I gotta, I'm gonna take time out. I'm gonna tag out on this one. It's just me. It's just me. But but I'm excited for her though. She's gonna be kind of another power type. Looks like these little power type knockout. So I wonder, especially with Sienna gone, how that affair, how good she'll be. I'm not sure right offhand. I don't know how I feel about power knockouts right now either. But at the same time, we need something different, and I think she would be good to come in. We'll see what happens. But Casey, thoughts on Taya versus Tessa? Oh. Jordynne Grace. Do you know Jordynne Grace? Have you seen her? Have you watched her? Have you watched her on the YouTube or the Twitter or the Tumblr or the Facebook or the whatever?
DJ and I have been friends for what 7 years now? Is that what it said? Like 7 years, like that, 7, 8.
Been a minute.
He still clearly don't look at my Instagram or my Facebook that has pictures of me with Jordynne Grace.
You didn't tell me that though. You didn't tag her or nothing. You didn't,
So yeah, I know Jordynne Grace. She good. I like her. Emma like her. And Emma likes her for other reasons because she follows her on Instagram. Anyway,
what's that handle though? You're asking for a friend.
Yeah, I mean, I took it out for you, for a friend. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, I'm excited for her. She's definitely good. She brings that kind of power game, but has the agility with it as well, which is
I found it.
Yeah, you,
Oh,
you found it.
oh,
So I'm excited about that for her to debut in Impact. As for the match, with Taya Valkyrie versus
the greatest, Tessa Blanchard.
yeah, I don't know why I was still thinking about Jordan Grayson. Anyway, um, I like this match. I thought it was good. I thought they worked well together. There was a few spots that I didn't think did anything. Like the suicide dive. I didn't think they needed that. Just didn't add anything to the match. But I think Tessa does a really good heel. So you kind of have to keep her as heel and put Taya as a face. I think this would be a perfect place to kind of perfect situation to shut up. Perfect situation to kind of put Taya and Johnny together, like as not necessarily as a team, but put them on screen together more because Johnny is obviously a face. He's the champion, and where she kind of lacks a little bit in differentiating herself as a face. I think if you put them together, that would help her a little bit develop her face character a little bit. And plus, we really don't see that in Impact as much anymore with like a couple kind of on screen. I mean, there's people that we've known that were dating or in a relationship or whatever, but they weren't really together on screen.
Yeah, like that time they put Allie and Pepper Pork, man. I'm missing Pepper Porks on the screen together, for a little bit,
Because that's what he deserves. So he tried to charge me $5. But yeah, I think that's something I would do if I were, in the creative department. Yeah, I thought the match was good. I think both of them put on good matches usually, so and I don't think this one was bad, so I liked it.
All right. Rabbit, thoughts on the knockouts?
Now these two, like you said, for the matches that they had, these two worked good together. It was a good match again. It wasn't good as the other one at all. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Child wasn't as good as she was in the other match. But she was decent in this match too. When she came on the top rope on the floor, it was nasty. That face stomp she had was nasty. You know what I'm saying? But Tessa, man, that suicide dive, dog, was nasty, man. Not only did she do that joint full speed, she knocked Youngin all the way up in the guardrails, all the way up in the front row. The guardrails came down, all that. Nasty. For a lady wrestler, man, that was a nasty suicide dive, dog. And put Shorty up in the second row with the guardrails laying flat. That was nasty right there, Slim. I like that right there. I like, you know what I'm saying? You already know I love Tessa Curry. She just, every match is something different what I see. She never done a suicide dive before. You know what I'm saying? So she could have done a suicide dive, normal joint, and been like, that was all right. You know what I'm saying? But this thing was so aggressive, and the speed was on the joint. It was like, you always do that. It's like, I ain't never seen you do that. Like, come on now. She's a beast. You know? Man, I want to see her. Then you got, they keep putting these wrestlers, these female wrestlers in the knockout joint. Now you got Jordan Grace. If we go down the line, all these wrestlers that they brought in, where are they now? You know what I'm saying? You bring them in, you introduce them to us, you give them these brand interests, and then we don't see them no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. Then she had a promo where she was telling you that she was over in the Lucha Libre. Now she had to get stronger because now when she came to the professional wrestling in America, it was a different style of wrestling where she had to be strong. You see what I'm saying? That's a wrestler right there 10 years of difference. You know what I'm saying? Right there. And she's a young wrestler. She don't know the propaganda. She don't know who's supposed to be doing what's supposed to be better. None of that. She just tell you her experience is when she was over there, it's a big difference when she got back over here. Period. And she had to get stronger. Wanna know why? Because all the kicking and jumping, you don't need strength for that. You need strength to pick people up, slam them, and throw them, and carry them. You know? Big difference when you wrestle. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. DJ?
All right. Into the world title picture we go. Johnny, Impact, and Killer Kross. I think they both did well in this video package. I think they fed off of. I mean, I don't know if they were in the same room or whatnot, but I think they fed off of each other very well in this. This is the best Killer Kross has been portrayed his entire time in Impact. Like he's, you know, we talk about the corner in the football videos. You know, I feel like the corner is coming for Killer Kross, man. Like I feel like for the longest time I was like, what is his character? What is his character? And now, like, I think now he's alone. He had a little bit of time with a seasoned veteran Austin Aries, seasoned veteran Moose, and now I think he's finally hitting his stride. I'm still learning about his character, but at the same time, this was the best development of character that I've seen from him since he started. Since he started the whole Killer Kross thing, talking about pain or whatnot and all this. The one thing that I think confused me out of everything, though, is he was talking about how he didn't really care about the title, but he's fighting for the title, which was weird. But at the same time, he don't care about the title, but he can rip the title away from Impact. So, like, I was kind of like on the fence about that. Like, I feel like they should still be building him around the title. Like me having the title allows me to hurt other people, like hurt more people or something. Because that's kind of his MO. His MO is like, I like hurting people. You know, I like to beat people up. I like to make people feel pain. So him having the title, he's in control of who he hurts and when he hurts them. I think that should have been the MO that they had for him as far as, you know, going after the title, going after Johnny Impact. Not that he's going to win, but either way, still, like I think this was good for both of them. I like it, Johnny Impact. I didn't think he felt as awkward. I think he's helped a little bit more, like in these kind of video package type stuff. So a little bit more, like maybe a little bit more scripted, a little bit more sit down type stuff, as opposed to interviews and stuff. But I think they both did good in this, and I thought by far this was the best I've seen from Killer Kross as far as being on the screen. And we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I don't understand if this is what he can do and this is the development we could have had before, why wasn't this presented before? Why wasn't he given more opportunities to present this before? And I get he's on his own. It gives him a little bit more time, but still they could have easily presented this a little bit more with him either in the faction with Austin Aries or even before that. And I don't think they did that. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on the world title picture right now? Or Rabbit, did you have any thoughts? You look like you wanted to disagree with me.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay. Casey, thoughts?
Yeah. All right. I agree that, you know, like we were saying, this development should have continued before Killer Kross was put into a faction. I honestly don't think he should have even been put in there with Austin Aries and Moose. I think they should have just kept him on his own, doing what he was doing, attacking people, stuff like that. I think that's better. But it's just in general, and we love Impacts. Like we all three of us have been Impact fans since day one. But their writing and their booking and their storylines are just all over the place. And you know, they start something and they randomly stop it to start something else, and then they stop that to restart the old thing, and it's everywhere. They need to less is more. They need to calm it down. Less is more. And as far as like the whole Rabbit brought up, like, you know, all these people that they're bringing in, and you know, where are they now? I think part of it is, you know, obviously Impact is having financial issues. There's no way to argue that. They just are. You know, there's so many clues to that. But what they need to do is stop trying to get so much talent all the time. Stop trying to get all these people and giving them like partial contracts or giving them like a couple months contracts, whatever. Cut your roster down. Get people with definite contracts. You don't need a huge roster. You don't need new people coming in all the time. You just need a good, solid roster of people that are going to be there that you can afford to give a decent contract to, not that are going to be there for 3 months and then disappear, or be there for 6 months and disappear, whatever. And that's what they're not doing. They're just bringing people in left and right, and then they're leaving, and then they're coming, and they're leaving and coming and leaving and coming. It just doesn't work.
Rabbit thoughts?
He said basically what I was saying at first, because you can't be a stable product with somebody watching it like we watch it regular, and you don't have something stable. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. Because for real, you don't have to bring any more talent. Like you said, if you just use what you have, like you said, if you use in the X division, Swan, Callahan, your 2 joints, face, heel, star there, let them battle and build off them. That's the X division. Then you got Blanchard. You can pick any. You got Hogan, Blanchard and Hogan. You can build off those 2. You know what I'm saying? You got the wrestlers. You got Johnny. You can put Moose, Johnny and Moose. You can build off those 2. You can just let those 3. You know what I'm saying? And then build. All these bringing these people in, everything flipping inside out or around, it just ain't working, man. It just don't work because you can't. There's no continuity to it. You can't keep up with it. You know what I'm saying? And Killer Kross, these are promos he's been hitting since the beginning. But the difference is now he has a tagline. You know what I'm saying? He said something with a tagline in it. My business is the hurt business. You know what I'm saying? Now you're saying something. You know what I'm saying? All this time he been talking for a year, almost 6 months, and he never even said anything close to a tagline. You know what I'm saying? Or even had a finisher that anybody can say what it is. You know? So that's the problem with that. It doesn't matter if he in a faction or by himself. None of that was accomplished before or after faction. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem, man. The writing and booking is just crazy. That's the only problem with the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, the promo he hit when he was like, it's not about the belt. He just has the belt. I'm a Punisher. I like all that. That's perfect. That's perfect heel commentary. I like it. I love it. That right there, to me, when he was walking with Moose, he was talking a lot for the last few weeks. I had a sense that he was good on the mic anyway. You know what I'm saying? So if they just let him just first give him a tagline, just let him do something, let him talk. You know what I'm saying? We can get somewhere. But like I said, if you just slow it down and slow these divisions down and get the people that don't know what the hell they doing with the belts, get them out of there. And you know what I'm saying? Get some battles going on in here. You know what I'm saying? Some real battles. You got a little wrestlers in here now that you can use for these battles, you know, and stop wasting them. You know what I'm saying? DJ?
You know, I got the perfect tagline for Killer Kross, man. You know, he could have used this one when it kind of went extinct a little bit for a little bit, man. Because I know we all missed it. I know we all missed it. He could have just been like, "I'm serious," like a late. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have just went on out there, just took it, just picked it right up. You know, scoop and score. You know, you don't think so? Y'all don't think so? You know, he could have been that blue pill of wrestling because he stayed so hard. You know. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I feel like he could have did it. Casey, come on, man. I feel like he could have did it. I feel like it would have been perfect for him, you know, because he's serious all the time, you know, like a late, you know, period. And then what else? What else? You know, the blue pill and because he, he stays so, you understand what I'm saying? You get it. Anyway. We getting off of this piece here. I'm done with this. I'm done. But anyway, we getting off here. Appreciate everybody coming by and watching the Impact Wrestling Review. Appreciate Rabbit coming by and Casey coming by. I mean, Casey is made to be here. Rabbit, you know, he kind of has a choice. You know, he kind of has a choice. You know. But anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by. Anybody who watched, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for us. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about Impact. Any other different discussions that we had within the review tonight. Hopefully we'll be back next week, maybe with an NXT review or something, NXT UK or something. Kind of because we were supposed to do that every other week, and we've been it's in the works. You know, it's in the works. It's in the works. But anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you on the next one. Bye. Peace.